How do you shut down a conspiracy when everyone already built the microphone? He doesn't shout it. He smiles, shakes his head, and walks through it like a man stepping around puddles. Shedeur Sanders didn't come to Cleveland to be a plot point, and yet somehow, in his third week on NFL grass, he's become exactly that. A storyline people argue over on cable, a punchline in DMs, and for some, a reason to draft drama into headlines. He could have met the noise with an edge. Instead, he met it with something quieter, the kind of straight answer that takes wind out of gossip without making the room bigger. Let's rewind. A rookie who didn't take first-team reps, a coach with a plan that favored other quarterbacks, and a fan base split between hope and outrage. Sprinkle in a national-level personality cheering him on, and suddenly a player's every text and timeout becomes material for hot takes. After leading the Browns to a clean, controlled 24-10 win in Las Vegas, his first real start, Sanders sat at a podium and watched someone try to throw a match into that locker room warmth. "All your supporters out there say Kevin Stefanski was sabotaging you," a reporter asked, the microphone hunting for controversy. He didn't bite. "So you just want to start trouble, huh?" He answered, the kind of throwback line that reminds you he's learned public life as much as he's learned reads. When pushed, he described exactly what the locker room already knows. Stefanski is a coach. He coaches. He tells him what to do on and off the field, and their relationship has grown. No smoke. No theatrics, just a seasoned refusal to turn an item into an incident. That's the human move. When rumors try to make you into a martyr, the easiest retribution is normalcy. Show up, play, and let the tape do the talking. And the tape on Sunday looked good. The offense opened fast. A 52-yard strike downfield that flipped the field and set up a Quinshon Judkins touchdown. He escaped a blitz, uncorked a vertical rocket to Isaiah Bond, and later hit a dump-off that turned into a 66-yard race to pay dirt. That sequence did more than earn a box score. It ended a streak. 17 games without a Browns quarterback winning his first-ever NFL start, and it erased a little of the doubt that had been piling up in comment threads. What makes that performance louder than the numbers is the weight behind it. Shedeur is not just any rookie. He's the son of a Hall of Famer, a college highlight reel turned polarizing draft pick. That pedigree inflates expectations and telescopes criticism. Every throw becomes evidence, every incompletion a headline. Toss in last week's national tweet, the former president shouting his support, and you get an orbit of attention that would disorient most veterans, much less a 22-year-old trying to master cadence and pocket presence. When asked about that, he didn't act surprised. "He's definitely been a supporter for a minute," Sanders said, grateful and measured. That line lands two ways. Yes, flattery matters, and yes, you can lean into support without letting it define you. For a young player, national endorsements are both a blessing and a trap. They amplify the moment you were already living in and make any stumble feel theatrical. He shrugged it off with the poise of someone who's understood public view since high school. Fame isn't an entitlement. It's an accessory you learn to carry. But beneath the smile and the praise lies the part of football no camera loves, the organizational chessboard. The Browns named him starter for the 49ers game, despite Gabriel being cleared, and that decision is both strategic and symbolic. Coaches rarely declare intention without reason. They want a rhythm, they want to put a player in a place to succeed, and sometimes they choose the moment that best fits the team's arc. For Sanders, that move says something crucial. The staff sees enough in practice, in film, and in the pocket to give him a chance at a tough matchup. For fans screaming sabotage, it's the kind of answer only a film room can give. You don't get to be a pro without being measured by two scales, what you do on the field and how you carry yourself off it. Sanders has already shown both sides. In Vegas, he threw with zip and vision, but he also handled the post-game noise with a calm that's rarer than an accurate corner route. Myles Garrett's defense set the tone up front, and when the offense needed a moment, the rookie delivered one. The locker room response was telling too. Veterans rallying around a young starter, refusing to let a narrative drown the work. That culture matters. A coach can design plays, a team builds trust. There's an irony here that's easy to miss. In a season full of instant takes and manufactured outrages, The most subversive thing a young quarterback can do is be boringly competent. He answered questions, praised his coach, and then went and earned the right to be spoken about in X's and O's rather than conspiracy theory. That's not dramatic copy. It's the kind of discipline that builds careers. Still, and this deserves emphasis, the NFL doesn't hand out immunity cards. The 49ers are next. This isn't a hometown scrimmage. San Francisco is a test. For Sanders, the next game will be less about vindicating critics and more about proving he can do it again under pressure, with grown-up defenses scheming and national attention dialed up to 11. If he repeats his process, keep his reads quick, trust his mechanics, and lean on the run game when needed, then the chatter dies down. If he stumbles, the conspiracy crowd springs back to life, louder than before. But here's what matters when the roar fades. He's learning in real time that leadership is more than locker room speeches. It's about being steady when the world wants you unsteady, about letting your work rewrite rumor, and about knowing that endorsements and headlines are externalities to the game you actually play. Tonight, he made throws that mattered and allowed his teammates to finish plays. That's the simplest and most damning rebuttal to any sabotage theory. Results. People will always look for a culprit when things go sideways. It's easier than admitting football is messy, complicated, and ultimately decided by dozens of small choices on a dozen Sundays. Shedeur Sanders didn't create the story. He just walked into the center of it and for once answered in ways that can't be retweeted into fiction. He let film speak, he let leadership hold, and he let a team's performance quiet the noise. So remember this line as you scroll tomorrow. Controversy is loud, competence is steady. He chose the second. And in a sport that rewards repetition more than rhetoric, that's the boldest move of all.